As promised, this is your very own FLP session. So this is a future life progression session for you because you, in some way, work with children and you are interested in what education is going to look like in the future and what education should look like for the children that are at school now, because obviously things are going to be very different. So we're going to tap into the distant future you to find out what it is that our children of today need to know. What is the future going to look like? How will they communicate? What skills will they need to know? So we're going to go into the future, into a distant future you, beyond this lifetime. Beyond now, beyond this lifetime for you, but obviously when the future generation is going to be around and reaping the benefits of what we do with them now. So first of all, make sure that you're in a place where you can be completely comfortable and not be disturbed. If you're sitting, make sure that your feet are firmly on the ground and your legs are not crossed and your arms are not crossed. Try your hands in a few different positions, at your side, on the arms of the chair if you're sitting, in your lap. If you're lying down, just make sure that you're fully supported. Obviously make sure that whilst you're not going to be disturbed, also make sure that you haven't left anything on the stove, that nobody's going to need you, and basically you're not doing anything that could make this dangerous, like driving a car or operating machinery or anything like that. So make sure that you're fully safe, you're fully aware. You'll be in complete control the whole time. If you do need to leave to stop this session and move around and come back another time, then you will be able to. And at the end of the session, whilst you will be left with wisdom and knowledge, you won't be left with anything else that might harm you or hurt you. It's completely safe. So, get yourself comfy. Take a deep breath in. And then let it out slowly. Continue to breathe intentionally, being aware of your breathing, becoming more aware of your breathing, being really aware of your breathing. Noticing all the things that you're beginning to notice about your breathing that you've never noticed before. Notice, for instance, how the air that you breathe in is cooler than the air that you breathe out. It's really quite calming, isn't it? Every breath that you breathe in goodness and relaxation. And it will fill your body from the very tip of the top of your head all the way down to your toes, beginning at the top. And every breath that you breathe in will breathe in light and energy and goodness, filling even the darkest crevices of your mind from the top down. And every breath that you breathe out will breathe out more tension and stress, so that every last bit of tension and stress just drops down through your body all the way down to the tips of your toes, pouring through your pores and leaving your body trickling through the tips of your toes in tiny little drips. Notice how even now you are feeling more relaxed. Notice how even now you are becoming heavier, feeling more and more relaxed, deeper and deeper into the state of softness and relaxation. Notice how the muscles around your eyes are feeling softer and more relaxed and heavier. The muscles around your eyelids feel heavier now than they've ever felt before. Just allow your eyes to stay gently closed as you drift off a beautiful journey into the distant future you. Now imagine that in front of you is a beautiful white marble staircase. Notice how the staircase sweeps upwards, and at the top of the staircase is a portal that will take you a long way into the future to meet your distant future self. More than 100 years into the future, where you can tap into your future self and get a sense of how the world has evolved. Make your way up the staircase, aware of every step. And as you do climb those steps, with every step you feel lighter and more relaxed. Oddly enough, with each step, it becomes easier to climb the steps, lighter and lighter, easier and easier. Make your way all the way to the top of the marble stairs, until at last you reach the top. And there in front of you is a futuristic doorway. Take a good look at the doorway. It's not completely solid. In fact, it's composed of misty, swirling energy. This door can transcend time. On the other side of that door is you in 100 years' time. The intuitive future you in a highly evolved world. Reach out now, and as you touch the portal, your hand blends into the door itself. Now step through the misty portal, step right through to the other side, where you'll find yourself on a platform above the clouds. You stop and take in the extraordinary view and gain a wonderful sense of peace as you look out to the horizon as far as your eyes can see. You watch beautiful rolling clouds gently floating past beneath you. Bide your time. You wait for the arrival of your future self. You look around, and there, a short distance across the platform, is your future self. You recognise your future self immediately. Your future self from a highly evolved world. Walk towards them and introduce yourself. Stand in front of the future you and take a moment to look at them and get a sense of how they come across. Think of 3 words to describe the world your future self lives in. Now step inside the future you. Step inside that person. Feel what it's like to be them. Feel yourself inside that future you. And feel what it feels like to live in such a highly evolved world. Take some time to absorb fully what it feels like. Be aware of how the future you processes information. Notice how the future uses information. What's relevant and what's been discarded. Be aware of how the future you can narrow down key points and instinctively know what the most important point is. Now be aware of your heightened intuition, the way you communicate, the way the world communicates. What skills do people need? What have people learned to do between 2020 and 2120? What have people done over the years? What have children had to learn to do? And how have people had to develop new skills, find new ways of doing things, new ways of communicating? Take a moment to listen to your highly evolved intuition and find out how the world has changed. Find out how the world works in the future. What has humanity had to learn? Notice how clean and sharp the intuitive advice is. Notice how clean and sharp all the information comes to you. Now using your future intuition and wisdom from years of knowledge, focus on what it is children of today's world need to know. What skills will they need for their future? What work will they do? How would they live? What is it that you need to be teaching and showing children of today? What do they need to learn? What do they need to know about the world and about themselves? Stay connected to your future self for just a little bit longer. Notice how the information is processed by your intuition. What do you see? What do you feel? What do you hear? No matter how fleeting, it will be important to you. Keep that awareness and ability with you as you step out of your future self. Make sure you thank your future self for all the wisdom and promise your future self that you will take on board all of this information. Thank them for allowing you to connect with them in this way. Make your way back to the portal, back through the portal, back down the stairs. And as you do, feel the ability of your future self integrating with you and bringing back all that wisdom and knowledge to your current time. From now on, whenever you wish to, you can tap into that future self. Just think yourself back there, ask a question about the future and see what you feel. So make your way down the staircase, and back to the very bottom of the beautiful white staircase. And in a moment, I'm going to count you back to the here and now. Counting back from 5 to 1. And when I get to 1, you will be fully aware and awake. And the things you will bring back with you will be wisdom and knowledge and understanding and intuition. You won't bring anything else back, and you'll be fully alert and aware. And whilst you'll feel relaxed, you'll also be fully aware of your surroundings and back to your normal self. Apart from being somewhat wiser. So beginning to come back to the here and now. 5, 4, 3, starting to stir. 2, feeling fully aware and awake. 1. Just sit for a while and process the things that you've learned. I've done this a few times, and there are many things that I've come back to understand. Let me know the things that you saw, felt, heard. We'll compare. We'll come up with the best vision possible of the future, understanding and knowing all the things that we need our little ones to understand, understanding all the things that we need our young ones to learn and develop. Please do get in touch and let me know how you get on. Give me a call or email me. Happy future.